Hello and welcome to Hunt Resin. In this video I'll be making these beautiful seaside themed coasters made with real seashells that I got from a local beach here in Scotland. I'll be showing you how to do the colour separation and the waves, as well as the sand at the bottom. As you can see here, this is me actually going and gathering all the seashells that I use in my stuff, and this is the beach that I was at, and just grabbing as many seashells as I could. There's loads of lovely different designs and it's a beautiful beach. And so of course I'm measuring out my resin, and I use JDiction resin, and that's a 1:1 ratio, so I do the same with part A and B, and I use these plastic cups that I can put into a silicone cup and then I can clean them out afterwards, and I mix it for about 5 minutes. I do this every single time just so I don't get bubbles and to make sure the resin sets properly. I try and be as organised as I can with the resin, so I measure out as much as I need for each colour, and then I put them in individual cups and then mix the colour so I know exactly how much is going in what. I think for this I used 20 in each, give or take, because I had 3 colours and clear, and then I also had some white I had to put in, so I needed to work out all the different ratios and work out what's going to go where. It does depend on the size of your mould as well, so just go by what you think is best. As I said, I had 3 colours and then I had clear as well, so I had to kind of quarter it and then make sure I had enough for the white. And my moulds take between 50 and 60 for a full. I think I did 60 for this because I wasn't doing a top layer, so I wanted to make sure that I got the mould completely full. I would definitely say preparation is key when it comes to resin. I've got into so many kerfuffles where I've had not enough resin left, or I've mixed wrong amounts of certain colours, so now I write it all down and I make sure I have it in my head what I'm doing and exactly where I'm going, rather than just jumping in, because you're just excited to make something and then you mess it up. So you don't want to do that, because resin costs a lot of money and you want it to be really nice in the end and have a really good product. So yep, I'm going to do the mixing of the colours next and show you what I use in that. So here I'm using Milton's Mica Powder in blue, and then I am going to be using as well some pigment paste. This is by Resin 8. I don't know what's going on with Resin 8 at the moment, but they seem to have shut down or not taking orders. It's quite a shame, because these pigment pastes are one of the best things I've ever found. It's going to be really hard to find something else instead of them. I used a little bit of blue, and this is going to be the dark blue at the end of the sea. So I put a wee bit in that, and then I put a little bit of black in as well, just to add a little bit more darkness and depth to it, because the other one is going to be just the Millet's pigment. It's not pigment, mica powder even, for the middle one, and then we'll go for a lighter blue for the waves at the front at the start of the beach. I actually add a bit of this blue to the universal one in the middle, just to give it a little bit of a lighter colour than the darker one, and then I do the pigment paste white as well for the waves. Now here comes the fun part. This is the part that I love to get to after all the preparation. It feels like it takes forever to get here, but what I do for the sand is I put in clear resin, then I actually put the sand in the mould. I know a lot of people put sand and resin in a cup. I don't know, I just feel like it's quite clumpy and it doesn't flow very well. I never get the ratios right, so I find a little workaround, and this is how I like to do it, but everyone's different. So I put the resin in, and then I put the sand in with a little spoon. Sorry, you can see the top of my head. That happens a couple of times in this video. I didn't realise I was in front of the camera, so sorry, you're seeing my nice new hair coming in. But yep, I just mix in the sand and the resin together and just make it nice and even, and just so it flows about like real sand in the sea, I suppose. Now I put the beautiful shells I got from the beach into the moulds. I use one shell for the bookmark, and then I kind of squish it in, and then I put a bit of resin on top, and then I pop 2 different types of shells in the coasters, one that type and then a little smaller one to the side, and both of them, and then I pop more resin on top so it covers the whole of the shell, and then it gives you more resin at the top so that there's more of a design. and there's more of a space between that and the colours. It's kind of like you're seeing the clear of the seaside. And then I put in some rocks on top, which are just little bags that I have, and they have kind of crushed shell on them too, so it's just nice. You can also get all sorts of cute little designs, little like plastic starfish and shells and different things that make them look really cool. Turtles. I like keeping mine really natural. I like flowers and things from nature, so I don't tend to put things like that in mine because I want them to be completely natural. But they are really cute, and you can make some really nice designs with different things. So yeah, I just pop all these rocks in and then pop some more resin on top just so that they kind of sink down. And then I get on to doing the colours, just popping the colours on top and then doing the waves, which I'll show you how I do as well. So this is the easy bit. I'm just doing the blues, so starting with the light blue, going to the medium blue and then the dark blue, and then yeah, just adding them on, just making sure I get the right colours and nothing's overpowering one or the other, and then do them in a line, and then I get to the waves, which is a wee bit of a harder bit. Now I'm going to do the white waves. For this I use white pigment paste and the resin and mix that together, and I use a toothpick, as you can see, to put the white on. I don't pour it on because I find that puts too much white in and then it kind of overshadows the whole thing, so I can control it much more with a toothpick. So then I go over with a heat gun like this, and I go under and over because it kind of gives it like it goes underneath, like it drops into the resin, so it kind of gives it the illusion of layers and that the wave has just gone over, so I think that really cool. So yeah, I go back and forth with pushing it, not just one way, and then I do 2 layers of this, one closer to the clear so that you can see the white going over that, and I do the same for this. I kind of just have to practice and play about. I find this is how I learn, and you can make mistakes, but it's all learning and it's fun. You can always fix something. I've never actually made a huge mistake where you can't fix it, thank God. So there's always time though. So I do the same with the other coaster, and I put the white on. I didn't realise how far to the left that the coaster was, so you can actually see it in the frames. So I've done the top bit, but I'm just doing the bottom one now. And again, I'm pushing it underneath with the heat gun, and I kind of roll it around so I can get to better angles and stuff. It's so funny how you can see the difference between the two coasters and the different, even though they're done pretty much the exact same, the way the waves have formed in both of them are completely different. I didn't like the first one being too close together, both the waves, but I think it's fine. I think it's really nice actually. I quite like how it's going in, and then the other one's different. And that's a great thing about homemade stuff. It's completely and utterly unique. You're never going to get the same thing twice, which I love, all the different ways you can see things. So yep, I always put more clear as well, just to push it back, just because it's always going to gradually come forward. So as much as you push back is the best, I think. So after letting them set all night, cue the morning, and I can demold them. You can see the clear there. It's so cool. You can see the shells just right inside it, and the colours look so fantastic. I love the waves that have formed on that one, especially the ones near the beach. And then you can see there how clear it is and all the different colours and the rocks and sands and everything. I think they're so cool. So I'm really chuffed with them. I think they came out really well. And I think the resin is really nice and clear and not much bubbles at all. So yeah, I love them. Super happy. The shell is poking out a wee bit, but it is covered in resin, so it is completely set in there. It doesn't bother me too much. Some people might not like it, but that's what happens when you use real products, when you use real shells. You can't control the size of them, but I think it's nice. I love the bookmark. I'm not as keen on the bookmark as the coasters though. I think the coasters are nicer. I do another bookmark which is just completely transparent with the sea, and I prefer that. I just find the colours in this don't really work as a bookmark for some reason. It's strange. Some things look better in certain ways than other things. But I'm still really chuffed with how everything came out. And if you want any more tips and tricks, please subscribe, like this video if you liked it, and please keep on watching my videos, and I love making them, so hope to see you again soon. Bye!